Hey everyone, welcome to Leo season. Yay! I think we can all breathe a sigh of relief to be out of Cancer season. And to just breathe. Just breathe for a moment. I will be drinking water throughout the reading, sorry, not throughout the reading, but throughout this conversation. I suggest you have water nearby and stay hydrated and do the same. I have my notes on my iPad. This time I'm changing up a little bit on the paper. Figure it'll be a little more eco-friendly. And maybe just get into it. So I'm gonna go over the key dates as you like I did for the past two videos. And then at the end though, there's a little bit of a conversation I want to have related to the season. And just to talk about something I went through earlier this week and to kind of relay the blunt advice to all of you. Because I feel like we all need to hear it. So we'll get into that in a moment. So Leo season officially started today. And during Cancer season, you know, we're in the ocean, we're riding the waves, we're getting crashed by the waves over and over. And, you know, a lot of us might have been surrounded by family, self-care, or home life. Like that was really like the big thing in Cancer season. But a lot of us might have felt like we were drowning as well. Now, as we're into Leo season, this creative fire just like is like, you know, like the sun is home, like the sun is Leo's ruling like planet. So the sun is home, and everything's at the center, right? We're almost at the center of the zodiac, and the sun is the center. So, of like the solar system. So the center, like the being that gives all life, right, is home. And it's like it's the center of the world, essentially, right? You know what I mean? So now we have this creative, bold, energetic space. We want to be creative. We want to do this. We want to do that. The thing is, though, if we move out of the water like way too quickly, like think about it. Like we're in the ocean, right? And we're trying to like get out quick. You're trying to climb up there, trying to get out quick. It's not going to happen. You still gotta get through these waves. So the key here is to move up slow. Okay, slow and steady progress. And if you've been giving yourself that self-care, that nourishment, and getting things prepped in Cancer season, Leo season, all of that like moves forward and becomes fuel for Leo. So we want to find ways to explore, experiment. We want confidence to exude. The thing is, though, we don't want to be overconfident because now, if you think about it, cats, which is what Leos are associated with, of course, are very prideful, and Leos have a lot of pride, and that's nothing bad. Like that's not shade at Leos or anything like that. However, though, sometimes that pride can get the best of people if they don't know how to manage it, right? So you need to be careful in the sense of like, if you're coming off too prideful to somebody, they're like, oh, did I just hear that right? What did you say? And the rest of us are going to take it personal and be like, so like, this goes across the board. Excuse me. This isn't just Leos. This is across the board. So if you're saying something, just be careful about how you say it. You don't want to be too restrictive either, and you don't want to be rigid. So that's the thing, is you can't be too prideful and you don't want to be too rigid, because then the season's not going to work for you in the way that you want it to. There's a lot of retrogrades. Let's go through them. Pluto, Saturn, Neptune, Jupiter, Chiron. Oh, I'm adding a sixth. We'll talk about that in a minute. So everything's kind of like slowed down, right? Now we're coming out of our shell. We want to move, out. We want to express ourselves, and that's fine. but we need to do it like in a very like almost like calculated kind of way, like to move up and not be critical. But definitely seek the adventure, the creativity. And if you're starting something that's creative, and this is going to tie into what I'm going to say later on, don't wait. Do it now. And we'll talk about that later on as well. If you know, we're in Cancer season, you know, we're hiding in the shell like the crab, you know, like Cancers are, and we're hiding, and you know, now we're trying to break out of that shell to express ourselves and show our inner self and kind of make time for, you know, things that make us happy. That really comes here as well. And we're going to talk about the Lionsgate portal on August 8th, that very big thing there for vibration and really high energy. So we'll talk about that for sure. Leo season's bringing 2 Aquarius full moons. I know I had said in the Cancer season key, I'm like, which video was it? The Cancer season key dates, that it was a Capricorn full moon. It looks like that might have been a typo in my notes. It's actually an Aquarius full moon. It's a double Aquarius full moon. I double checked on multiple astrology sites and it is Aquarius. So my apologies there. And here we go. So like I said, Leo season begins today. So that's kind of the, you know, generic overview. Tomorrow we have the first of the 2 Aquarius full moons back to back. And the reason why I think it's a Capricorn is this one's like literally right on the cusp of Capricorn and Aquarius, but it is in Aquarius, like officially, but like right on the cusp. So around this time, basically, you know, you might be feeling that you're on like this healing journey. For some of you, I know that's true. For me, it's very true. With Chiron being retrograde, stirring up all these old wounds, and then having to deal with this, you know, this healing journey is kind of ongoing. And the thing is, though, you're not going to have all the information right now. You're not going to have the full picture. Normally with a full moon, you do kind of see the full picture, but in this case, you're not going to see the full picture until the second Aquarius full moon. But just know that this is a time to heal. Okie dokie. So July 28th and 29th, we have Jupiter going retrograde in Aquarius. Well, not going retrograde, excuse me, it is still retrograde, but it's moving back into Aquarius. It was in Pisces from May 13th, and it will be leaving Pisces on the 20th, trying to go back to Aquarius. This will change the energy around it ever so slightly. So you might be focusing on, you know, more on community, who you're, you know, surrounding yourself with, tech projects, ways to self-express and get that freedom as well. And you may also find themes being brought up again that were present from December of 2020 to May of this year. On July 26th, I don't know why this was backward in my notes, but here we go, sorry. July 26th, that's when we have Sirius rising and the Lionsgate portal. Now, we talked about the Sirius portal in the Cancer Key Dates video. Sirius is one of the largest stars in the galaxy, and it's been like followed through so many like cultures, like ancient cultures from all over the world. It's considered the spiritual sun. It's a star with really high energy, really high vibrations, and has the potential, like I said in the other video, you know, as well, to expand our consciousness. For the last few months, you haven't been able to see the star in the sky, unfortunately, but now it slowly returns, making its way to the highest point in the sky, and as it begins to rise more, that is the opening of the Lionsgate portal, which hits really big on August 8th. And so it's Lionsgate portal 88 and the Leo new moon. So let's talk about it. This is the most important day of the season, hands down. there's very strong Leo energy on this day. And you want to set some intentions out there and manifest the energy in ways that maybe things seem like very risky or things that you wouldn't do. It's very important to take those risks and set these things into motion so they can come to that fruition. This portal is linked to Sirius, the sun being a Leo, and the numerology of 88. Excuse me. And basically during this time, we're upgrading our spiritual DNA. So that's basically what's kind of going on here as well. Also, the Leo new moon gives you some aha moments that are really powerful. And Uranus is also, which is the planet of awakening, revolution, unexpected change. You know, that brings a shift in consciousness or some very like rapid changes into our world. So be on the lookout for that. But it's a highly effective day for manifestation. So make sure you take advantage of that. Please do. Because if you don't, you're missing an opportunity here to really possibly change your life. So, you know, and with these rapid changes with Uranus being there and awakening, this is a good time to really do that. Now, speaking of Uranus, August 19th, that is our 6th retrograde. Uranus goes retrograde. Are we tired of these retrogrades yet or what? I was just talking to someone close to me the other day about this, and then she's like, you know, I'm so tired of all this healing, all these lessons. She's like, I'm done. I'm done. And I'm like, sweetie, but we have all these retrogrades still active. You're not free yet. I'm sorry. She's like, yeah, I know. But still. She knows who she is. And I love you. If you're watching this, I love you. I'm just giving you a hard time. But Uranus, as it travels retrograde, you will get deeper insight spiritually into things that have happened in the past. So, on a global level, with this being in Taurus, we might see farming and food supply issues, humanitarian efforts, and tech issues. Uranus will remain retrograde until January 18th. So, it's a long retrograde. And that's what? 4 months, right? 5 months. 5 months. It's a long retrograde. And then on August 22nd, right on the cusp of Virgo season, we have the second full moon in Aquarius. And this one has the potential to expand upon anything that we saw in the first full moon. And whatever has come up is kind of just mellowed out at this point. And Jupiter is also going to be active as well. So abundance, expansion, again, it's really a great time to manifest and really get that prosperity in all areas of your life. So really take advantage of this as well. And then on the 22nd, 23rd, we move into Virgo season. So that's all the key dates. There are some other things going on as well. That go like just like transits and things like that, but this is like the big ones here. And that leads me into the conversation. So if you guys don't follow the Quietest Revolution on Instagram and on YouTube, I highly suggest you do that. Amber Khan is who I'm referring to. She is a wonderful, like beautiful, talented, amazing astrologer and tarot reader. She's been doing this for years, like 20 plus years. And like she's just amazing. Like I can't say enough about her. I'll put the link down below to her Instagram and her YouTube page. She did a live reading on Instagram this past Sunday. And for those that don't know, that Sunday my sister had to get emergency surgery to get her gallbladder removed. And I was at work, and it was just a lot. And then this live reading came up, and I was like watching it on the spare time that I had, and it hit me like a ton of bricks. Like, tears were starting to shed at work, and I was like, I needed to keep it together. Like, I was already emotional because my sister was in the hospital, and I'm like, I had to, keep it together. But the words that she spoke, they rang home, like, immensely. And I'm like, I need to share this with like everybody because everyone needs to hear this. So, number 1, if you are seeking validity for existing on this earth by trying to get attention, that is what we're not going to do in Leo season. No. Because, honey, sweetie, whatever name you want to call yourself, but listen, you don't need nobody to confirm your existence on this earth. Period. You don't. I'm guilty of this, which is why I'm like so passionate about this, because I'm always critical on myself. It's a very bad Capricorn flaw. It's something I'm constantly trying to work on. But you don't need to seek out confirmation all the time that what you're doing is right, that you belong here. The only confirmation you need is yourself. Like, you are here right now. That is, your existence is the confirmation that you belong here right now. Period. That's it. That's not to say that, like, if you want somebody's opinion, like, sure, like, you can reach out for their opinion, like, like, hey, what do you think, da-da-da-da, sure. But you don't need to be seeking out people and chasing them down to try and confirm your existence. Why? So, and then I thought about it, I'm like, why am I doing this? And for me, it's like, it's kind of been because I've been programmed. That's how I've been programmed. And, it's hard to break away from that programming. But you know what, though? You do it and you move on. You move on, and it's hard. Like, it's a work in progress, right? But it starts with this realization. Excuse me. Now, if you're also having the realization that, everything needs to be perfect before, I do anything or start anything, stop that too. Stop that. She talked about this in the her like Leo all signs reading, and it's true. Like, again, I'm a perfectionist, so this like also hit home to me. But like, how many of us wait and wait and wait and wait and wait because we don't have the right equipment, we don't have the right tools, we don't have the right this, we make excuses. The opportune time to start is right now. If you have something this season that is like really hitting you in the core, like you want to start that podcast, you want to write that book, you want to make candles, you want to do, I don't know, you want to do a YouTube channel, whatever. Like, who cares if you don't have the right camera, if you don't have the right, the right lighting, or, like, you don't have a ring light? Oh no, you're like, who cares? Because if you wait for the perfect time to have everything, it's never going to happen. So the best time to do it is now. If you have that energy, start jotting down notes, start getting the plan going. And then by mid-Leo season, it's going to start rolling in, and you're going to be like, oh my God, yes, you got the ideas, you're going boom, 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 boom. It's going to be through the roof. Like, there's times where I've waited to work on a project because I thought, I'm like, this isn't going to be perfect. Like, I've thought it out, and it's not, like, perfect. But in reality, though, I'm like, Okay, but I can start the project and I can fine tune it, right? Right? Oh, but I don't want to do that. No, but I should be doing that. Like, we all should be doing that. And back to my other thing about, needing validity. Who cares what people are saying about you? If you continue to care about what people are saying about you, they're just going to use that information to leech and feed on and use that against you. Because they got you. And you know what you attract then? Narcissists. Because narcissists are so good at that. They're so good at seeking out that energy and be like, let me go get them. You know what I mean? And it's not good. And who cares if you don't look the best you've ever looked right now? What are they gonna say? Go ahead. Add some details. I don't care. You know what? Bring me in on the conversation so I can add some details for you. It's a very I don't care attitude because you shouldn't have to care. You should only care about what you think, and that's it. And it's a very deep conversation you need to have with yourself. And it's a very consistent, you need to continue to have this conversation with yourself to realize that you only need you. And at the end of the day, you only have you. That's it. So if you can't rely on yourself, how the hell are you going to rely on someone else? You know what I'm saying? So take all this self-care that we've been harboring in Cancer season, baby, let that shine. Let that shine out in Leo season. Who cares what you look like? Who cares what people are saying? You're beautiful. You're gorgeous. The sun is radiating on you. It's your time to shine. So take that energy and put it out there. Put that energy out there because you know what? There is no time like the present. So go about it and do it. Okay? And remember, the fire always burns within. Always. Alrighty, next video will be up it'll be going through the signs, just like a little quick snippets like we did for Cancer season for each sign, and then it'll be the generic reading. I'll be having that video, I'll probably be recording it on Monday, I want to say. So I'll probably go up Monday, and then I might do the reading the same day too, probably, and then Thursday we'll be starting the personal readings for Leo season. Again, if you want a reading, leave me a comment or send me a DM on Instagram, and we will go from there. And again, guys, if you had a personal reading for me, I'm so sorry that they were late. For Cancer season, the energy was tough for me, but we are getting through, and I'm looking forward to this Leo energy and this new vibe we got going on, and just being like, you know what? I'm only gonna care about what I think about, what I know my worth is, and hold that dear to me and put that into the world. And just give, not carelessly, but give carefree. Like, give the energy that you have, that beautiful energy, give that out carefree without expecting anything in return, because that's really the true meaning of Leo season, is giving out and giving without expecting anything in return. Because the sun, which is gorgeous and beautiful, this big star, right, that gives us life, it doesn't care about what we look like, right? It doesn't care about that. No, it doesn't care about anything really, but yet it still gives us its love and well-being, right? And gives us the prosperity to keep living. So be like the sun, be beautiful as always, and give without expecting anything in return, because the sun doesn't expect anything in return, and yet it keeps on giving. So do the same. All right, Happy Leo season. Happy birthday to all the Leos out there. And I will be seeing you guys really soon in the next video. And then after that, it's the personal readings. Love you. Bye.